And I guess we are live. Good morning to everyone joining us today. Already see what 40 people. Sounds beautiful. Yeah, we are today. We're just like continuing our live stream series with the Pumpal guys. Today, so many exciting things to cover. Just like they launched a month ago. They crushed it. And yeah, I mean, like so many exciting things to just like cover together. But yeah, first and for people that aren't familiar with you guys, yeah, just share a few words. Share a few words, and again, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on? What's going on, gang?
No camera today. I thought there was a small surprise. Oh,
What's up?
man.
What's going on? Gang's all here.
The paper bag gang. Oh fuck, that is killing me.
What's up, ladies and gents?
Yeah, no,
Gooners around the world.
shit. This is the best merch in all crypto.
That I will stand on God on. Yes, we were working hard on that. We want to be that in the industry here. We're flying high over here. We're rocking and rolling with some Nike travel suits. Got a big time in the sports world right now. We're professionals over here.
Yes, sir.
Love it, love it. And actually, like the digital PFP of Houston is actually like pixel exact the same than each in real life. So that
Yeah,
looks
all right.
perfect.
Cool.
No, that's cool, guys. Yeah, I mean, if you guys wanna quickly share a small introduction about yourself for the people here that may be new to Fluent and Pampas, the floor is yours, and then I guess like we'll just like discuss a bit like how things are going for you guys, how the launch went. I know there was like so many like interesting like things that went on, so I can't wait to hear that. But yeah, if you want to first introduce yourself, that would be beautiful.
Of course. So for you guys tuning in who don't know who we are yet, we're Hitch and SJ, co-founders of Pump House, and we make Pornstar trading cards. So Pump House is the flagship consumer app on Fluent mainnet right now. It's fully on-chain trading card game. You can rip packs, you can pull cards across 5 different holographic tiers, and you can battle them against other collectors based on the weekly port hunt views. So there's a fantasy element to it. There's a collectability element to it. And the coolest part is if you get certain cards, you get perks. Things like lifetime OnlyFans or anything under the sun that the creator chooses.
And an important piece of this is we are working directly with all of our creators who are on our game. Esh and I worked hard to build relationships within the industry, and we have some wonderful creators who are a part of our project so far. They've been amazing to work with, and we couldn't be happier to launch the Maiden series, which is our first series of cards, 30 creators, 30 girls that you probably know in some capacity, and some that you might not know of. And we have more coming in the future, but the first series is 300,000 total supply of cards. So rip your packs. This first edition limited print run is not going to last that long. We've already seen quite a bit of boxes that have flown off the shelves. Someone even bought a case. So they're moving pretty quick, and we're excited about it because there's a lot of good stuff to come. But yeah, we're directly partnered with every single one of our creators on the platform and in the game. And we worked hard on building a very, very comprehensive TCG. Think Pokemon meets fantasy football, meets the adult industry in a lot of ways. And we're really excited to introduce the world to Pump Pals and some exciting stuff to come.
Yeah.
Let's go. I love it. No, I think like a lot of things have already been said. So I don't know, guys. Let's try to unpack that a little bit, right? Let's start maybe like with launch, right? Like so now you guys are launched for a month. So first, yeah, congratulations for that big milestones. Like it's been such a ride, but I mean now we're there. How was launch day, right? Like how was the feeling? How was like the build up? Like what? Just like give us a bit like like the backstage story and how it has been to work with all those creators that like you already touched on a little bit each, but yeah, would love to know just like the yeah, just like the inside. How was it basically?
I mean, if I may, it's been crazy to say the least. We've been working on this for the better part of a couple years now, and this configuration of what Pump Pals is right now is ever changing, and we also have made a lot of changes since the last time that we went live on Fluent Testnet, actually. So for those of you who don't know and are just joining us for the first time, we were actually the first app live on Fluent Testnet as well. So you may have seen us around then. The cards look completely different. The roster looks completely different since then. So we've made a lot of changes and we've listened to a lot of feedback, and launch was a crazy sprint because we were trying to deliver on some promises that we made to earlier adopters and testers and people who've been with us since the beginning. So thank you guys for staying patient with us. Launch was absolutely insane. Our team worked for lack of a better term, worked their asses off, and I'm so proud of them and SJ and the whole crew for really grinding on the product and making a lot of changes from what we initially thought this was going to be. And I'm excited about the future, about what's coming. But even our creative team and our roster of wonderful people who are the reason that this thing is possible in the first place. All of them showed up on launch day to help us get the word out. They were posting, they were retweeting, and they were in the comments, interacting with fans, meeting new fans. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. This is just the beginning. So
Love it. No, and I think like you touched base on like this like support that you guys got, and I think like Sony, like when we were off like a few minutes I mean like a few minutes back, you were kind of like like telling me how you kind of like created like a big like moment around like, yeah, just like around launch and pen pass, right? Like yeah, how is that moment? How is that feeling, right? Like, just yeah, how is the experience like from your perspective as well, right?
Oh yeah. So, I'll be straight about how launch went. I think the interesting part here is what we learned from it. Uh, so the V1 was scoped as more of like an early access fluent native crowd. We were the first consumer app. I think everything that we launched on that day, even though we didn't yet hit critical mass, we validated our thesis. So, the first version of the experience wasn't super finished, but now is like the fun part. I think we validated that we created a moment when Hitch is showing it to people in card shops, when people are opening these packs for the first time, they really feel it, like that holy shit moment. That's what we've been building towards. Our whole team, all the research we've done has accumulated to this. But what we learned was that there just wasn't enough stickiness and depth. So there was a lot of reason to buy the first pack because you're like, holy shit, porn star trading cards, right? But there was a bit of a gap in buying the second pack and depth of engagement after that. So right now, all we're building towards is enough reason to open a second pack, third pack, fourth pack, build your collection, battle. So like now what, right? Uh,
Yeah, no, I mean, like, that's great, right? And like, you touched base on that, like, wow moment, right? And that's right, like, I've seen some people ripped back and they were like, wow, like, this is actually cool. I know you guys, but like, a lot of like work into like that, pack opening kind of like animation and process. And I think like this is kind of like the right move, right? Because, well, you guys are, well, like, I know like a feature is coming and I want like tease it and stuff, but like, there's a difference between just like opening packs like physically and, let's say, like online, right? I think like your pack experience was like dopamine. It gave me like dopamine hit, right? Like, so I mean, like, for that, just kudo, right? And I think like, yeah, each like from your perspective, right? Like, I know you were like in contact with a lot of like models and like user, like in real life, right? And like, you just like worked a lot into like onboarding like people, just like one by one. And that's like an insane grind that like I honestly respect. And I think like that's the vibe. That's like, that's what people have to do. And like, for that, like, you have my eternal recognition, because like that's just hard, right? But like, you guys did it, and that worked, right? So you want to maybe talk a little bit about that, right? Like, like, maybe like, did model actually like rip back? Like, did they like
Yeah, yeah.
play the game? Like, how is the reception actually?
Yeah, so it's actually interesting you say that. So we've been constantly receiving feedback from the girls that are involved, and thank you for the recognition to both SJ and I, because we worked hard on those relationships, right, to build out this experience for the creator to be able to create another way to interact with their fans. Ultimately, at the end of the day, there's obviously a revenue piece for them, and there's an importance for them to be able to supplement their income via some more passive revenue. But honestly, it's amazing, because we talked about a lot of passive revenue, a lot of the girls, and they are the first ones to jump in and actually be very, very active and help us promote. So like, it's been a lot of fun. As far as the pack ripping experience is going, we will be putting out some pretty cool content with some of our creators actually ripping packs with us, which will be fun. And we have a few surprises in store for sure for everybody who likes to rip packs and is fans of different trading card games, TCGs. SJ and I grinded through, like you said, onboarding, but another grind for us was really building out this comprehensive TCG, because what we wanted to do is we wanted to make the experience as fun as possible, right? So you're not just ripping packs hoping for the best. Like, you're actually, there's real chase cards, there's real odds. This week, you're going to see some pretty cool and interesting content from myself and the team about how the rarities work, how the actual gameplay is going to work. We're doing the hand to hand combat, if you will. I know Dino will appreciate that as a conversation that we've had about getting the word out into the right circles, because we feel like there's actually going to be a demand for this product, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I've been going B2B, visiting card shops, talking to owners about possibly working together in the future about selling our stuff in actual physical card shops. There's been some actual pack openings live where we've recorded them, and that content will come out very, very soon, where people are reacting in real time to what they're seeing in Pump Pals. And it's really been a positive response, because ultimately at the end of the day, like, we could talk about this taboo industry for hours, but ultimately what it comes down to is this is something that we want to be fun. And SJ and I worked really, really hard at making this game as fun as possible, and creating the layers to collecting, and creating the layers to why you would want to collect certain cards, because of the future value that they're going to have and the perks that are going to be attached to it. And ultimately, it does cost quite a bit to chase certain cards, and we know that there's a lot of thought and intention behind how you find those cards and what they look like, and we grinded over that. So yeah, so we're in the trenches, as SJ would say, looking for ways to really penetrate not just the adult industry, but the trading card industry as a whole, and find our little way and carve our way into TCGs and all of these digital collectibles and collectibles as a whole that are so hot right now. So I don't think they're going anywhere. And I think when you have some original IP like we do, and creator trust, and an actual name, image, and likeness, because we partner with everybody, we have a pretty crazy storm of some cool things that can come. So we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah, no, definitely, and you can be proud of that, right? Like, Kim, Sonny, did you want to add something to that?
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna go into some of the areas of feedback we identified, and like shift it to what we're doing specifically, or the features that we have in development right now, what the upcoming version of the game is going to look like.
Yeah, like go for it, man. Like, I think like everyone wants to know like that alpha and that kind of like roadmap and what's coming, right? Like, I think like what just it's just said, right? Like, oh, kind of like teaming up with like physical stores, like took all my attention. I would love to know a little bit more about that, but I mean, like, go for it. Would love to know like actually like everything you guys have, like coming.
100%. Yeah. So the big ones, like the now what, right? Like there's a bit of a gap in the stickiness and the depth of things. Like we prove that people want to buy a pack, and they feel something when they buy a pack, but we hadn't built a strong enough reason to open a second pack, third pack, etc. I think there's a lot to unpack there. One thing is just friction for non-natives. And the whole reason why we're building on Fluent mainnet in the first place, the whole reason why we're doing invisible wallet and abstraction, is to make the experience as seamless as possible for somebody with no prior crypto knowledge coming in. That's something we want to improve even more. We got feedback, some screens are a little bit confusing. That's fair. There's a bit of performance and jankiness in that too. Some screens are slow, some moments are a little bit janky. But it's okay. Like, smoother and faster is going to be really the headline of the next release we're going into. And I think the third area here is absurdity. And it's about how to achieve cultural relevance, right? We're doing something very innately funny, something innately very cool, something that hasn't been done before. It's new IP, right? And I think we really got to lean into this when it comes to both the marketing, how the product feels, how the overall experience is when you touch the Pump Pals brand, right? So there's a lot to unpack to into what's next. And yeah, I'm just super excited about what we're building right now.
Yeah. No, and I think like you just like hit me with that like with those two words, right? Like cultural like relevance, right? I think like it's also something that takes time, right? Like Pokemon like didn't do that like in 2 weeks or in 1 month, right? And I think like it's kind of like a long term kind of like game as well, right? Like, because you can't expect like a brand to be like magically like Pokemon like in a month, right? And so yeah, I mean, like, would be curious to kind of like know like how you guys are kind of like approaching that, right? Like, what is kind of like the step that you are taking? How do you even like think about it, right? Like, what is like I won't say like the word, but like what is kind of like the playbook you guys are kind of like trying to apply there? Like, what is yeah, just like what's your like take on cultural relevance, and how to kind of like become how would pampas become kind of like culturally like relevant, like in, let's say, like months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, like whatever like time frames you guys are on. But like, we'd love to kind of like try to unpack like what is your reasoning like on, yeah, just like on building that relevance.
Yeah, so it's two pronged, right? One side is getting the product right, and the second side is placement and delivery. Like, where do we market this thing? How do we market this thing? And I'll let Hitch go more into that. But to speak on the product side with some cool upcoming things, the biggest thing is PPSN. So we're building ESPN for porn stars, live stats, historical graphs. You'll be able to see all the scarcity charts. Like, we're giving what we have here the full sports broadcast treatment applied to a trading card game about porn stars. And we're taking the stats super seriously. Uh, this, in conjunction with battles, this is going to complement each other extremely well. Battles is going to get, like, PPSN is going to give battles just so much more context, so much more narrative, and reason for people to come back and check the stats every single day. Just like how people are, checking their fantasy app, fantasy football every single day, lining up their roster, seeing what players move up and down the leaderboard. And this not only gives more depth to the players, but it gives more depth to the performers that we're working with as well. And it gives them a space to really show. Like, did you guys know that some of our performers are multi-time AVN winners? It's like the Oscars of adult entertainment. That's a really big deal, and we're going to make it a big deal. We're going to make it obvious. We're going to make it a big in-game thing. Trading is another thing. So trading is something we already built. It's already audited. We withheld it on purpose. But why not? Let's release it. I think it gives people more reason to use the product, and it's closer to that experience which we were aiming for originally, which was a digitalized, in real life, physical TCG experience. Right? You're able to buy the pack from the store. You can do whatever you want with it. You can sell it on eBay. You can give your pack to your friends for free. You can trade it for IKEA table. Anything, right? So just more collector-friendly UI UX, and we've done small changes in that already, right? From something very subtle, like being able to pick which pack you open. When you open a box in real life, you get to pick which one, right? So it's a small tweaks like that which we're adding to the UI UX in combination with the bigger features that are in development right now. In combination too with just making everything smoother and faster, right? We want to abstract more of the weirdness. We want to make everything just work. And we have some really cool stuff coming up too, such as the secondary marketplace. It's going to be a big part of things moving forward. And one thing I'm personally super, super, super excited for is a redemption portal. So we've been talking a lot about how PDRs unlock certain perks. I think it's time to make those perks appear in game.
Yeah, I'll add to this because I want to touch on that cultural relevancy piece as well, which is I think it's interesting to see how some of these trading cards have really penetrated the market in the last couple of years. Specifically, I mean, Pokemon's been around forever, and so is Yu-Gi-Oh! But one that I want to highlight more than most is One Piece, actually. So One Piece more recently took off, although the anime has been around for a long time. And I think, when you're talking about just people resonating with a product, right? That's a piece of what cultural relevancy to me means. And I think you can have all of the intellectual property in the world, and you can have all the creativity in artistry and design. But if people don't care about your product at the end of the day, then they're not going to buy it and they're not going to be compelled to use it, right? So we thought of all of the things that go into making a pretty comprehensive TCG because we are fans of those games. I can sit here and speak to most of the major games because we've played them, because we've collected them. And if you guys watch our content recently, SJ and I are opening up packs on stream, right? So we're fans, right? We at the end of the day, we understand fundamentally because we like things fundamentally, right? So we want our fans to be able to like our stuff too. And we want to make this experience as smooth as possible. But at the end of the day, what it comes down to is if you like the subject matter and you care about the people that are involved in it and you like the game and you like the meta, that's all of the lore around what a true traditional trading card game is, you're going to play it and you're going to collect it, and the cards will have value because of it. I mean, you're seeing there was a Monkey D. Luffy card that I think a few months ago sold for $440,000, right? And that doesn't happen on accident, right? People actually care enough about One Piece now to where that card is worth that much money, right? And I think that at the end of the day, for us, our version of being able to provide for our fans is to give them this full comprehensive experience. And we're rolling that out little by little. But in addition to that, the people that are involved are very culturally relevant. I mean, you're talking about maybe not everyone wants to openly talk about their preferences and their late night habits and what they choose to do with their time on a Saturday afternoon, but everybody here does understand that there is significant cultural relevancy to both the adult industry and I'll segment it, but OnlyFans as well too, right? So we have creators from both of those platforms and some of the biggest on those platforms. I mean, if you guys are fans and you've opened up some packs and you know who we have on our roster, Miss Lexa is no joke. She is one of the biggest creators on OnlyFans and on Pornhub as well too. So you're talking about a roster that's complete with some real famous people, if you will, and we have even more that are coming as well too, that will be released in the next series and some of the fun stuff that's coming. So I just feel like the cultural relevancy piece of this thing is making sure that our fans understand that these cards have value because this game is going to be fun. You're going to be able to play fantasy football against your friends, but it's going to be your favorite adult film actresses. And you're not going to have to carry around a binder full of your physical cards and look like a weirdo because they're digital and they're on your phone and you can rip packs from anywhere, right? You don't have to worry about going to a store and buying your favorite Pump House packs, although you could, because you can buy it on your phone and you can buy it on your computer and pink pearls are available everywhere. And what we'll be able to do is do some really cool things and activate the site as much as possible to make it as fun of an experience as possible, because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about, right? This is a fun game and we want to give our fans something fun to do related to this very, very taboo industry.
Yeah, honestly, like we can feel your passion for the topic, and honestly, it's just like that's just beautiful to see, right? Like we have seen, like, internally at Fluent, right? Like we have seen your evolution. You've said it, right? Like around like across the last 2 years, and that has been just like insane to watch, right? Like the whole process, because I guess like most of the audience doesn't know, right? But like there has been like so many like long like meetings and just like brainstorming session, and kind of like how, oh wow, like we are at a product, but we kind of like figured out that like we need to improve it like in a way that like um makes us actually redesign like the whole app. Like, okay, we are 3 months from launch, but fuck it, right? Like we need, as you said, right, like to build something that is fun, that is like culturally relevant, and that ultimately you guys as TCG like collectors would actually use. So no, I mean, like the evolution has been absolutely beautiful. And now like there is live this live product with users and people that are just like waiting for for one thing, which is like the next like creators and the next packs and the next cards to rip. So I mean, you guys in the audience, if you want to try it, right, like pumphouse.io, right? So just like take a look, go rip some pack, and just like have fun. And yeah, I would say like for this like live stream, like I think like we can slowly wrap it up. Like the concept is to try to be like under like 20 minutes. We're already at 30, but like those things are so fascinating, right? I think like we could talk about them for hours without like running out of topics. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have one last thing to add, like one last piece of
Yeah.
to share with the audience, the floor is yours. Go for it.
Yeah, I got some closing remarks. So, at this point, we've thought about this thing more than anybody reasonably should. And I think that's a testament to our passion about what we're doing over here, not just, the subject matter, but also, building, making something that's fun, making something that we enjoy ourselves too. That's the whole reason why we broke this whole thing down. We were built from scratch, right? So we're not going anywhere. We're still going to be here for the foreseeable future, forever. And our DMs are open. Tag us on Twitter. We'll reply. We're out there. We're in the trenches. We're building this thing day and night. So, guys, if you got any questions, please feel free to ask. Please tag us on Twitter. Please.
Yeah, and I'll double down on SJ, saying that we are actively listening. If we're not answering, we are seeing your comments, and we want you guys to be able to rip packs and try the experience and see how. I mean, effectively, this is an open beta. We're always moving and changing in real time. So we want you guys to be a part of this beginning stage of this new chapter for us. So with that said, I can do a little thing for our fans who are joining us here, which is use code FLUENT. That's FLUENT, FLUENT. At pumppals.io, and we'll hook you up with a free pack of cards. So limited time only for people who watch the stream here. Use code FLUENT for one free pack of Pump Pals cards from the Maiden Series First Edition. These are limited, so once they're gone, they're gone. And we hope that you guys get on here and rip some packs, because in the coming weeks, once the secondary market goes live and once trading is available and once battles becomes available, I'm sure you're going to start seeing how much these cards can really do and what they're capable of and how much fun we're going to have with this entire thing. So I know I have some people who are itching to buy some of the rarest cards that some people have pulled, and I've been talking to a few of the card shop owners who are I don't want to use the word speculating, but taking an educated guess on who some of the creators are going to come in the future, and it's going to be a whole lot of fun. So rip your packs and use code FLUENT for one free pack from SJ and I, limited time only, and we hope to see you guys inside. New features are coming live very, very soon.
Wow, love it. I'm gonna go rip my pack as well. So guys, like in the audience, better be fast, because you will be competing with me in 1 minute when this live stream ends. No, guys,
That's correct.
it was like a huge pleasure to have you. I think like we'll do like another checkup in another month or so. Like because I'm sure like this app, as you said, like it's like evolving like crazy and like super fast, right? So let's plan like a new live stream in a month or so. But in the meantime, thanks a lot for joining. Like guys, like their Twitter handle is just below their like below their faces, their fucking like paper bag, like on the screen here. Just if you have question, if you have anything to tell them, just like reach out to them. And yeah, guys, like thanks for joining. We'll have like another live stream with Vina and Nerona like in a couple of days. So yeah, just like stay tuned, and thanks a lot for joining as usual. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Bye.